Today, it's official. Carson Wentz has been traded to the Indianapolis Colts. In return for that, we got an extra first-round pick this year in 2021 and a conditional second-round pick in 2022. With that conditional pick, if Carson Wentz plays up to 70-75% of the snaps this year on the offensive side of the ball, and or the Colts make the playoffs, that conditional pick can turn into a first-round pick for 2022. Now, the good thing is we got rid of the guy who obviously didn't want to be there. So we got the quarterback who didn't want to be there is gone, which is a good thing. And like I said in a video I made a few weeks ago about Carson Wentz saying if he didn't want to be there, we should get rid of him. Like I said, if you got a disgruntled player in the locker room, it's going to cause more problems, going to rub off on everyone else. And also, like I said in that video, if you've worked at a job, you're working with a disgruntled employee, at your job, you know what it feels like. You know how their negative energy rubs off on everyone else. And you apply that exact same theory, of course, with sporting organizations. In this case, the Philadelphia Eagles. So we at least got rid of the guy who doesn't want to be there. The other good thing is we did not trade him to the Chicago Bears because we know that would have came with some extra draft picks and Nick Foles. So we didn't get that. Those are good things. One of the early obvious cons is, though, like I said, we're going to have to actually root for Carson Wentz this season to do good. We're going to actually have to root for the Colts offensively to do good in order for that conditional pick for next year to go from a second-round pick to a first-round pick. So that's one of the cons. So now officially this will be Jalen Hurts' team, unless Howie does something crazy, but we're not going to get into it. But as of now, it's officially Jalen Hurts' team. So now I would say for the Eagles, the best way to do it, he's got to take a good long look at Jalen Hurts. You got to go with him as the guy for 2021. Take a good hard look to see if he can be the guy going forward. So if you're the Eagles, I'd say you definitely got to do that. As far as this year's draft goes, number 6, Devontae Smith is there. Bring him in. And then you can also bring in a linebacker and address other positions in need throughout the draft. I would say that overall for this draft, address the positions in need outside of quarterback, and then put that team around Jalen Hurts, try to assemble that, and take a look at Jalen Hurts, see what you got. Now, if Jalen Hurts doesn't turn out to be the guy, we have another poor season, then in 2022, we can come back and get another quarterback. But I say you got to go with Jalen Hurts for this year, see what you got with the guy going forward. So that's one thing I'd say definitely do going forward. However, going forward now, you still got a lot of other problems within the organization. Obviously, the training staff is one of them because they've done a poor job with working with our players, staying in shape and staying healthy. So obviously, that's still going to be a concern. The biggest concern, speaking of the draft, and we'll throw free agency in there, is Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman still being in power over these past couple of years with free agency in the draft, to say the least. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to be direct. Has been terrible. It's been terrible. We've had a few good free agency signings. We've had a few good draft picks, but most of it has been terrible from 2018 going forward. Now, I'm hoping that Howie will change his ways, but then again, I'm only hoping that. I'm still a bit cynical about whether or not Howie's actually going to do free agency in the draft right. So we're still going to have that problem going forward. We still got to have problems worrying about injuries. We're still going to have to wonder about whether or not we can actually do the rest of the offseason right and actually put out a better team for 2021 and put out a better team in the future, period. So there's still that concern. There's still the side of me that's worrying that Howie's going to pull another Howie free agency and draft and put a poor team around Jalen Hurts and hurt his chances, no pun intended, of actually having a good season and hurt his chances of being the guy going forward. Now, I hope that doesn't happen, obviously, but with Howie Roseman still being in power, I'm worrying that it can still happen. And while I'm still on that subject of Howie Roseman putting a poor team around quarterbacks, let's get back to Carson for a second here. While Carson did regress in 2020, and then he decided he didn't want to be here and he got traded as he should in that situation, let's be honest, the Eagles also had themselves to blame for this situation as well. They set up a poor team with all the poor free agencies, the poor draft classes, the poor training and conditioning to keep the players in shape. That set up quarterback, whoever was starting, to be most likely to fail. That team we had in 2020, to have any chance of that even working, we would have had to have Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes to even have a chance with that team working. And that's how bad our situation was, where you were setting up whoever the quarterback was to be most likely to fail. So we're also partially to blame for this Carson Wentz drama that led to him getting traded. And I'm also concerned that if we do have the same problems in free agency and the draft, which I hope isn't the case, you'll be setting up Jalen Hurts in a similar position, or anyone who's going to be the quarterback for the foreseeable future, unless we actually make the necessary changes we need to make. So there's still those problems. There's still those concerns. And there's obviously other problems too, such as play calling, which I'm hoping now with a new coaching staff that'll get fixed. And hopefully with a new coaching staff, things will change up for the better. And I'm hoping we can do free agency and the draft right. Because we definitely need to do well with free agency in the draft. But yeah, those are still my main concerns going forward. So the good thing is we got rid of the reluctant guy that didn't want to be there. Obviously, I still have concerns going forward. Like I had said, we'll reiterate one more time about conditioning, the proper offseason moves, the main two concerns I still have, and then other concerns as well that I didn't even state in this video. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you to everyone for watching this video. Give this video a like, help support this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. And comment, let me know what you think of this whole Carson Wentz trade. What do you think the goods are, the bads are? Comment on the situation. Let me know. And most of all, to everyone watching, have a wonderful day. Nikki Steve signing off, and I'll see you next time.